Republican presidential candidates will face off tonight in Miami for the third primary debate. Ron DeSantis, Chris Christie, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, and Vivek Ramaswamy have all qualified for the panel. Former President Donald Trump is once again skipping the debate and instead holding a campaign rally in Florida. Meanwhile, new CBS News polling finds Haley has jumped in popularity among likely Republican voters over the past few months. She's the only candidate showing significant movement. CBS News political reporter Nidia Cavazos joins us now. On this and tonight's debate. Nidia, Nikki Haley has been rising in the polls. What can we expect? And more importantly, not so much what we can expect from her tonight, but why has she been rising in the polls? What are voters seeing that they perhaps didn't see 6 months ago?
Yes, well, good morning from out here in Miami. It's a beautiful day where we're going to be having a lot of expectations for tonight, but I can certainly say that all eyes will be on Nikki Haley. You know, she has been the only candidate that has been on an upward trajectory when we're talking about polling and when we're talking about fundraising compared to her other GOP rivals. Now, behind this, when visiting several of her town halls and different other campaign stops for other candidates, what I've been hearing on the trail as far as key states like Iowa and New Hampshire, they're saying that her foreign experience policy and her experience in foreign policy is really what's driving them to choose her as the possible best alternative to former President Donald Trump. Now, she has been on this race to claim the second spot after Donald Trump, and it seems that supporters are listening into her. But after the war broke out with the Israel and Hamas conflict on October 7th, this has been her moment to shine, and she really has taken advantage of her experience as a former UN ambassador, and she's really playing into this. She has reiterated her stance and where she comes from, and this has definitely helped her out in the polls and definitely in the fundraising numbers. Now, in a memo sent out to her campaign and to her donors on behalf of her campaign, she has reiterated this, that she is the best alternative to former President Donald Trump.
You make a good point, Nidia, because what's happening abroad is front and center in a lot of voters' minds. We should point out that it's very windy where you are right now. And I also must apologize for mangling your name. As someone whose name is frequently mangled, I take umbrage at myself for not being able to pronounce your name properly. Thanks.
Let me ask you something, Nidia. You know, we're looking at the poll numbers, and yes, we're talking about Nikki Haley, but she's still just at 9%.
Yeah,
which is
that's a good point, Emery.
Pretty far behind Ron DeSantis. The issue with Ron DeSantis is he really hasn't budged since entering the race. And there were sort of all these moments in campaigning where everyone thought, well, at this point he'll take a jump up, or at this point, and it's just not happening. What's going on? Why is he stalling in the polls?
Yeah, well, you're right when you say that there was this momentum and these high expectations when it would come to Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis, especially even for tonight, given that this is his state. But what's really resonating with many voters is really Nikki Haley. And throughout the past few weeks that I've been out in the trail, it's again this foreign experience she has on foreign policy. And when it comes to Ron DeSantis, we keep seeing these perhaps setbacks also when it comes to his fundraising. Now, we've also seen on former Donald Trump's end, he has been attacking Ron DeSantis, and it was just the same case this past Saturday during the Florida summit for GOP candidates, where Trump really heavily focused on Ron DeSantis, saying, you know, that MAGA and his supporters should not even consider him because in the first place, Ron DeSantis was disloyal to him from the very first moment that he decided to run against Donald Trump. You know, these were his words. He said he was disloyal, he's pretty much a joke, and he really made a joke out of him. And in fact, former President Donald Trump during the summit on Saturday, he recognized that Haley was in second place. And, you know, he really didn't target her at all. He acknowledged that she was in second place, but his attacks were toward Ron DeSantis. And so this isn't necessarily going well, given that his campaign throughout the past months has reiterated, you know, that Trump supporters would also be supporting him. But this just isn't the case for him.
So, Nidia, what are you hearing from Ron DeSantis' camp? I mean, how are they dealing with this?
You know, well, on their end, they've never acknowledged that Nikki Haley is in second place, or that perhaps his grip is slipping on this second place grip after former President Donald Trump. And really, I also had the chance this past weekend to ask him about this. Is Nikki Haley a threat to you? And he didn't respond to this. And even in a memo that his campaign sent out to donors right before this debate, they never really acknowledged Nikki Haley, and she has been left out of his comments in that regard. But we know that his criticism towards her has been present and have been increasing throughout the past week, and this has been also through ads. So we know that she is definitely a threat, but his campaign and himself, they're not really acknowledging this.
As you know, Nidia, we're making a lot of the fact that President Trump isn't attending the rally and that he's holding, he's not attending the debate, and he's holding a rally near the debate in Florida. But anybody, even if you don't have any political acumen at all, would realize that when you're this far out ahead, like, why put yourself why stress yourself over people who aren't even within striking distance?
You put yourself in a position to lose, because everyone's going to be attacking you, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's exactly his point. He has said over and over, and even during this past weekend, that he has no need whatsoever to debate with his GOP rivals, given his huge lead that he has. And, this past Saturday, he said, I have no reason to be there, nor is he going to give him any reason to target him as well. And, he recognizes that he has this advantage over his GOP rivals, but he even takes a stab at them, saying, Ron DeSantis is not even in second place. He can't even gather his support. And he does make a joke out of the fact that all these candidates are vying for second place only. They're not necessarily vying for this first place right now, because they're all acknowledging that the front runner here is Donald Trump. So we know that he has previously said this. He doesn't have to be here. And in fact, one of the questions that lingers on for tonight is exactly how many viewers are going to tune in, given that the front runner will not be here. Instead, he will be having his own programming, as he has had during the first two debates. So we'll see if Republican supporters and really Americans all across different states are going to be tuning in and listening in to what the potential alternatives to Trump have to say.
Real quick, Nidia, before you go, Vivek Ramaswamy, is this make or break for him? He was sort of the darling of Fox News for a little while, and then on Fox News, Sean Hannity essentially single-handedly seemed to destroy his campaign.
Yeah, but he made the cut.
He did make the cut
to get on the debate
but what
stage.
are you hearing?
Well, you're right when we say that, much of the attention has been focused on these two candidates and the battles between Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley. But last night, I was at an event with Vivek Ramaswamy, and I asked him, are you expecting to be targeted by candidates? Is there anyone in particular? And he said he was expecting to be the target for everyone. But he did say his message to other GOP rivals was, don't mess with fire. During his first debate performance, we had a very enthusiastic reaction from many in the crowd. And then toward the second debate, he became a target for all of them. And at different campaign stops, especially for Nikki Haley, who has been so adamant about her support for Israel, she also makes a joke out of Ramaswamy, saying that he really doesn't have a sense as to what he's saying. While Nikki Haley, throughout the past weeks, has been saying the U.S. needs to fully support Israel and finish Hamas, and this has been her central message to all her supporters at her town halls. Vivek Ramaswamy, on the other side, has been really hesitant and has urged a sense of caution. He does recognize that it is the most pro-Israel stance, according to him, but he says that the U.S. cannot fully support Israel without knowing what Israel's clear objectives are. So, we know and we can expect that this will certainly be an issue, the Israel and Hamas conflict, but we're going to see exactly how much Vivek Ramaswamy will be targeted, not just among supporters out here in the Trill, but also amongst his GOP rivals who have really made a joke out of his stance when it comes to the Israel and Hamas conflict.
Nidia Cavazos, thank you so much.